G'day guys, I'm Flynn from Southern Pumping. Today I'm excited to run you through our range of float switches available at Southern Pumping. We're confident to say we have the most diverse range of float switches available on the Australian market. This is spread across our two ranges, Acequip and Maxaflex. The most common question we get asked when choosing float switches is the cable type. In our range we have two cable types. The first is the neoprene, the second is the PVC cable. The PVC cable is best for general purpose applications, clean water, etc. While the neoprene is best for sewage or heavy duty applications, especially things around trade waste which has a lot of oil, fat and grease in it. So I'll run you through a few of the different style float switches we have. In front of me here is our few examples from our basic or standard range. This one here is one of our Acequip products. These two are examples from the Maxaflex range. We say general purpose because they're good for plain water that isn't turbulent or doesn't have a lot of debris in it. It's a standard run-of-the-mill size float switch. Probably our most easy, simple to use float switch that we have in our range is our piggyback float switch. The piggyback is called the piggyback because of the piggyback style GPO plug that we have on there. Anyone can really install them, although we do recommend qualified pump technicians or electricians, plumbers to install them. Basically how these float switches work, you'll plug this directly into your wall, put your float switch into the application and you mount your pump directly this side of the plug. Your pump will then essentially become an automatic pump. It'll start and stop when the float switch tells it to. We also carry a range of specialised float switches. In front of me here, for example, is our micro float switches. This one is our vertical float switch, and this one here is our horizontal float switch. Both work on the same principle for a normal float switch. This particular one, for example, can be mounted externally on a tank. So, for example, you drill a hole, thread your float switch through, and then as the water level comes up, it will start and stop based on what your water level is. So it's more of a fixed float switch. The vertical one is great for tanks which have very small openings or penetrations where you can put this through. For example, we've used these on fuel tanks. You can imagine the cap being quite a small hole, so you can actually feed that one through. Even things like lift wells, where a normal float switch wouldn't be able to operate. You see a very small differential action there. The vertical float switch range that we have is another unique option to use, particularly on sump pumps. We've got three main styles within our range. The first one is what we call the column style, because you can tell it is the column shape. The other two are a bell type. The column type is best for clean water applications. There is a screen on the bottom to filter out any grit, but prefer to use them on clean water applications. A lot of OEMs do tend to use these on new pumps they supply. So if you're retrofitting to an existing float, that's probably an option to go with. The other two are the bell type, as I mentioned. The bells, the reason the bells are there is you can adjust the heights on the bells, which will adjust the actual water level cut-in height of your pump. So if your bells are very high, the water level where the pump will start and stop will be higher, and vice versa. If it's lower, it will start and stop on a lower level. And you can widen the differentials, so your start and stop levels will be greater. And we'll zoom in on the actual flange for this float switch, but you'll see that the flange there will match the gland arrangement for the pump connection. So yeah, that's a good upsell. You don't need to do any more fabricating or work, you just bolt that straight to your pump. The two-wire bell type float switch has been remade recently, and we'll zoom in on the picture again, but the float switch is able to, doesn't need to be directly vertical most of the time. It can be off to an angle and it will still start and stop as needed. Great new feature and good upgrade from the previous version, which is the more fixed type. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Just thought I'd finish off the video showing you how you'll receive your float switches when you order them. They'll come in a neat looking carton like this. They're also available as an option in a bulk carton like this. For example, this is our 10 metre standard float switch. This comes in a pack of 12, so a lot more economical way to buy. You'll get a wholesale rate. reach out to the team if you need any pricing or technical data. We'd be happy to help.